Welcome to another episode of Southern Indiana Now. I'm Sean Hildreth. This week we've got some great guests lined up, and Kelly did some wonderful interviews. We talked to two of our own, Jay and Kurt, about their NCAA predictions. We talked to Starlite Antiques, a great new place in Seymour where you can, capture lots of antiques, wonderful things, and hear a great story while you're there. And we also talked to Ison about their upcoming 5K benefiting the Humane Society of Jackson County. And we'll wrap it up with SICA, talking about the Southern Indiana Center for the Arts and their upcoming summer camp programs. And we couldn't do this without Prosser Career Education Center. So check out Prosser. Great career options, great training. Look them up. They're a wonderful place to be. And thanks for sponsoring our episode. And here we go.
Talking all things summer and arts right now on Southern Indiana Now. We're hanging out with Silas today with Southern Indiana Center for the Arts. And we've got some camps coming up you want to get your kiddos registered for. We're going to talk about the age breakdowns, all the fun things they're going to be doing, and ways you can get your kiddos signed up right now. How are you doing, Silas?
Doing good. I'm excited for camp this year.
Yes.
We're calling it the Art of Storytelling.
Okay.
We're basing it all off of books, so we'll get into that. It's for kids that have finished kindergarten up to completing their 5th grade year going into 6th grade. So that's the age range. And then there'll be June 8th. It's the first week. June 15th is the second week. June 22nd. And then July 6th. We have early registration going up. It will be today when this comes out. And that will be for a couple weeks. And that will be for members only. So if you want to get in early, get those dates signed up, make sure you become a member. It's pretty affordable. It's $50 for a family for the year and $25 for individuals. So.
Wow. Okay. So now, did you say, are the classes, how much do the individual camps cost?
So the camp is $150 for the week, and there's no price differential between members and guests. So
Right.
Find a way to sign up.
Yeah,
get them
it fills
in there.
up fast, I imagine.
It does. We got 100 slots. So it fills up pretty quick, and we can't really let in more than the 100 or else we're a little bit over.
Right. You only have so much space.
Yeah,
exactly. What else is on tap at Southern Indiana Center for the Arts? I know you've got some concerts coming up, lots of sorts of fun things outdoors.
Yep. We got our Friday Night Live series coming out. We have 6 bands, but 2 of them I still need to figure out which day, so we'll announce that shortly. When they all come out. And then we have an art show on May 1st for Terry Champ and Kyle McIntosh. So that'll be pretty cool. It'll be like the old and the new kind of coming together for a collaborative show there.
Yeah.
And we're thinking we're going to throw a big party there on May 1st.
Why not? May 1st is a great day for a party. Yeah, I'm here for it. Okay, lots of things happening. And again, that family membership is so affordable. But what does that allow you to do throughout? If you just don't do the camps, what does the family membership do?
Right. So it's for your whole immediate family. And you get about a 20% discount on all of our classes, workshops, pottery, most events, and then early access to art shows too. Most of the time, not sure for this upcoming show, but the 20% on all of our products, I guess, is a really great deal. So it brings the class normal art classes from $25 to $20 per class, and then it adds up at the end of the day. So.
Tell me about the pottery class. So do you have a pottery class where people can just go in and make a bowl or something like that? Okay, that's on my 50 list.
Yes.
So I need to know more about that.
Yes, that's a question I get all the time. We do have another instructor now, Ben Eckert, along with Betty Johnson, our all-time favorite there. And so she'll be there on Saturday still from 11 till 3. But now we have Ben coming during the week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 5 to 8. So if you can't make it on Saturday, we kind of opened it up during the week for people that can only make it on the evenings.
So how much are those classes? And then you just go one day. You don't have to go back 3 times to learn how to make a bowl, right?
No, you can learn it in one day.
Unless it take longer to make one.
And it will get fired. Whatever you make. You might want to come back and glaze. That's a lower cost if you just want to glaze your piece. It's a little cheaper, but So just the pottery, everything is $35 for a guest, and then with the discount, it's $28 per session. And those are 3 to 4 hour sessions.
Okay.
It's very affordable. It includes all the clay. You don't need to know how to do it. Ben walked me through throwing on the wheel. I had no idea what I was doing the first time.
Oh, I'm signing up like literally today.
And I made something I was really proud of, like a little bowl. I was like, wow.
You are never getting rid of that bowl. You're eating ice cream out of it. You're putting your stuff in it.
Right above my sink.
There you go.
Just to look at.
So super proud. What color did you paint it?
Yeah, so the glazing's great. They got all sorts of different types of methods. You can dip it. You can layer glazes. So I did a dip with Turkish amber, and then I put robin's egg blue on the top, and then it dripped down. Oh. And it looks really... Okay. I'm really proud of it.
We expect a photo to be shown on this, so you can stay tuned.
Ben probably doesn't think it's that great, but I think it's great.
Yeah, you made it. I bet your mom is totally happy, so that's all that matters.
Yes.
All right. Lots of things to get signed up for. Southern Indiana Center for the Arts, and get registered for that pottery class, but don't everybody register because I need my own spot. So hurry up. Do it today, and check out all the fun camps and all the summer events happening, and we'll be back right here on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask.
Hi, I'm Emery Jones, Career Education Coordinator at Prosser Career Education Center in New Albany. Are you ready to build your future? At Prosser, you'll explore 29 hands-on, high-wage programs, from aviation to culinary, welding to cybersecurity, all designed to launch real careers or college success. Prosser is located at 4202 Charlestown Road, New Albany, Indiana. Need help? Call our main office at 812-542-8508 or visit your school counselor today to learn more. Prosser, where your future begins.
And we're back on Southern Indiana Now, and of course we're at Starlite Antique Mall, located at the old, a lot of people remember this as the bowling alley in Seymour, Indiana, but this is definitely has new life into it. Super great place to come if you're looking for your latest treasure. We're with Shane and Mindy. Thank you so much for putting this together for Southern Indiana, and I'm sure you're seeing visitors coming from all sorts of areas. And let's talk about what people can find here and when you're open and all the fun things.
We have antiques and primitives, vintage decor. We have advertising, lots of big signs, and just a little bit of everything.
Yeah. I've seen stoneware, I've seen housewares, I've seen dishes. I've even seen purses and shoes and all sorts of things.
It's the Walmart of everything.
Yes.
It's vintage, old, used. It's kind of exciting. It's always the inventory changes daily.
Well, let's talk about why you all started this. This has had a lot of heart into it. This was a very big building to undertake, redoing and so forth. So let's talk about what went into that. I'm sure it was just what was the first conversation that led to where we are?
It really wasn't a conversation. It's really who we are, part of our soul.
Okay.
I would say the last 10, 11 years, all signs pointed to this, meaning it was a habit, it was a side hustle, then like for me, I'll go into detail, like a habit is something, if you do it 17 times, it becomes part of your character.
Okay.
And your character is what people think you are, what you think I am, how people identify who I am. And then it simmers in that for years. And then when it really gets to the fullness, when it starts to flourish and blossom, it's part of your nature. And your nature, it's part of your DNA. It's what you are. And so when we go through a long journey of our life together, this doesn't happen without her, it doesn't happen without me, and most importantly, it doesn't happen without God.
Amen.
So as that triangle, we grow closer together toward God. We grow into realizing this is what we are and what's this about. And the whole effort through this is absolutely not about us. It's about the community. It's for everyone else. So it's part of our nature. And what we got to is we found a point of confidence. And the confidence is not in us, it's what we felt God was calling us to. And we went through that season, decade-long season of habit, character, nature that I just talked about. And then our effort, the revelation that really came to it was our effort began to shift for out of love instead of for the love. And what I mean by that is out of love, true love expects nothing in return. And that's kind of agape love or God's type of love. So everything that we begin to do and letting that simmer into our habit, character, nature, we expect nothing in return. It's totally an outpouring for everyone else. And then that shoves us to another side of totally dying to yourself through that process. It's tough. It was, you question your sanity, your logic, why you're doing this, and the whole process was a dying process for us. And then that put us into a realm of where I call or categorize as God's favor. And my whole life I'd went through God's favor as God's favor is for me, and that's absolutely not the case at all. So I was a reservoir, and so trial and error, failure, or question yourself, no confidence, and then God's favor is a river, and it flows through us for all. So we create jobs. There's folks that are on Social Security that they need this side hustle to pay their rent, mortgage, buy groceries, pay their bills. There's folks that do this for a living. Auctioneers need us, real estate agents need us, we need us, because if we all have members that pass away and their stuff or things, if it has no value, what's it do?
What are we doing?
So if we create a conduit for that stuff to be recycled, repurposed, or relived, and the quality is 10,000 times better than today's stuff that you can buy at big box stores, and it's always just so cool to look back and go, man, this is awesome. But that is a major artery that is attached to a community, and that's for all to enjoy.
Perfect.
So when you look at the word community, God's favor flow as a river for the community, a major flow for the artery. It's common unity, community, but when you get into that one mind, one accord, the volunteers, everyone that come into place, this is not about us. It was a community effort that absolutely transformed everything. It's incredible, and again, this is for the community, and I pray that this is something that lives way beyond us. The job opportunities are being created, the opportunities to just have encounters like this and share it public. This is not planned or foreseen on our side. It's just part of it.
I always say my next book, and I'm going to throw it out there, I'm sure somebody will steal it, but it's going to be called God in Reverse. And I think that's you guys are definitely a good testament to that of what he can do. So let's talk about kind of the nuts and bolts. When can people shop? When are you open? How do you start selling your things? I know I'm thinking, man, I need to unload some stuff my own self. So can I have a little booth here? Do I have to work here all the time? So tell me how it works.
No, you just rent a space from us, and then you just bring it in, and then we pay out once a month.
Okay.
They'll get their check for the month before. We have a waiting list for booth spaces.
Okay. What a great problem to have.
We
sold out booth spaces almost immediately.
Yeah.
We never really reached out to anyone.
Okay.
We're woven in this community.
I love it.
You call it subculture if you want, or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
We
it's a
kind of know
thing.
everybody everywhere.
We all want the treasures. We're all looking,
Ohio,
like where's the one thing?
We have vendors from Ohio, Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, of course.
So they found you. The place is full. You have a waiting list, but people can still get on that. And when can they shop? When are you open?
Monday through Saturday, 10 to 7, and on Sunday, 12 to 5.
Okay, and do you offer shipping? Or if
we could offer
you could
shipping.
Offer shipping.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll make it happen is the point. We don't always know the answer, but we know we can get them.
That's right.
All right.
We do have some wall space available. We do have cabinet spaces available.
Okay.
And cabinets available.
Okay. So a little more things.
Yeah, you can reach out to us there to get that.
We're trying to get as many people in here that we can to help them too.
To add on to the shipping, we are going to start off like Whatnot Lives, eBay Lives. Friends that are active in that. We're doing a media room for things like this. And
perfect.
In addition to the live auctions and stuff. So we'll probably even have sessions where we go around and auction off stuff. We have a shipping room that we're setting up to do shipping and get on a weekly schedule of doing that. We have a restaurant that's attached here that we're doing too for like pizza and subs, like the Freeman Field area out here on Airport Road in Seymour, Indiana, 643. South Airport.
Mark it down.
There's a couple thousand people out here, and they don't get really long breaks. So when they do,
something
we'll
fast.
hopefully they can come here and get pizza and subs, and we're getting that already, and
And
then
that-
delivery for after hours.
And in
I'll
the
show you.
summertime, we're gonna rent spots out in the parking lot to have
Okay.
like outdoor flea market
Outdoor
days
things.
and stuff.
Nice.
So that's when it
Wow.
gets warmer.
I love it. All right, all the
Yeah.
things happening. You definitely want to check it out. Starlite Antique Mall, and of course located in Seymour, Indiana on Freeman Field. Definitely a spot you need to come shop. Your next treasure awaits. We'll be back right here on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask.
Wherever you go, our stations have your music, local news, local sports, and local weather covered. 95.3 WUME brings you today's best hits, along with Paoli Sports, local news, and weather. 98.7 WSCZ plays the timeless favorites from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, as well as local weather and Orleans high school sports. And 96.9 WKLO keeps it country with all your favorite classic country hits, plus Corridon and North Harrison high school sports, as well as local news and weather. Your soundtrack for Southern Indiana is found on 95.3 WUME, 98.7 WSEZ, and 96.9 WKLO.
And we're back on Southern Indiana Now, and we're talking with some Southern Indiana vocal icons. This is the voice of broadcasting right here. We have Kurt Nichols and Jay Hubbard with us today. Of course, you might know them as the voice of sports, definitely high school sports. That's probably where you've heard them from. You don't get to see their faces very often, so unless you go to the games. But here, we wanted to have them on this show today because their love of sports is now might translate into some lucky picks for the NCAA. So I'm going to let them talk about it, because if I do, that's going to definitely highlight the level of knowledge that I have, which is pretty much negative. But let's talk about the sports. Got NCAA series, getting your brackets all picked out and ready to go.
Well, it's an always exciting time of year, this time of year when we get into the NCAAs. We're a basketball state.
Yep.
And we have high school basketball going on. We have the semi-states this weekend, and
Yep.
then state tournament next weekend. And Jay, you covered a lot of high school sports. You're an avid sports fan, and those picks came out for the NCAAs. No IU in the mix, so that's kind of rough from that perspective. But Purdue is in it, and I think they'll make a deep run, and so we'll be avidly watching and listening as the month of March progresses along.
I heard somebody say once that even the non-basketball fan becomes a basketball fan during March, because you root for the underdog, you root for the Cinderella story, and everybody fills out a bracket, whether it be a family bracket or an office bracket or something, but everybody becomes involved, and that's what makes this time of the year so special.
Yeah. Have we filled out our bracket? Why are we not doing that?
Well, we still have some things
I'm just
to
going to
do
write your
here.
picks. Whatever Jay picks is what I'm picking on that.
Well, those picks came out. I always enjoy the cutaways to the teams that are the 50-50 or those teams waiting on announcement, and then the excitement that they have when their school is named and they cut away to the remote venue there and everybody going crazy and stuff like that. But it all boils down to one champion at the end of the tournament, and so that's what we're rowing towards here as we go through the month of March. So having said that,
We might be here a minute. This
I
is gonna
made
be
some
longer than 5
notes here,
minutes.
but
Just saying.
so here's my Final Four. I've got Arizona, Duke, Houston, and Michigan State as my Final Four. A lot of power schools there. I don't see much in the way of trip ups there. I did not have Purdue in the Final Four, and so that's a track for them that's a little tougher. I think Arizona has a little bit easier line to the Final Four. And I think as such, I think Arizona is going to be your champion. That's my gut feeling.
All right. Let's compare it with Jay's. What do you
That's
have?
very similar to mine. I've got Duke, Arizona, Houston, and Virginia. I think Duke has been the best team all year. Some would say they don't play in a very strong conference. And of course, Duke has traditionally become one of the powerhouses in college basketball, so everybody roots against them. But I think that Duke has proven to be that team. Houston defensively is as good as it comes. I know a lot of Indiana fans are not going to pick Houston simply because of Kelvin Sampson, what he did while he was a coach at IU. But I always try to have an underdog. I always try to put a lower seed in there, and I think Virginia is my pick to be that Cinderella. Nobody's just giving them a chance. Nobody's talking about them. So I like them, but I like Duke and Arizona in the final game, and I like Duke beating Arizona.
Let me ask you this question: How much impact do you think the lower conferences have on the outcomes? Do you ever see the teams that are kind of being part of those lower conferences kind of come out to be the ones that shine?
I think you do sometimes. You know, you always have those stories. If you remember a few years ago, you had Loyola with Sister Jean. Became one of and they were a double-digit seed to make it to the Final Four. So you never know. That's what makes this time of the year so exciting is because you get teams like that make a run that become America's favorite
The Cinderella.
team, the Cinderella.
Absolutely,
So that's what makes this time of the year so fun. But and I think everybody would like to see that. But when it comes down to it, I think, too, I would like to see the stronger teams in the Final Four just to make it more competitive and more intriguing, I guess you could say.
Well, the talent level across the mid-majors and some of those smaller schools, the difference between the talent between them and the major schools, that difference, I think, has collapsed quite a bit. There's a lot of talent out there at all levels. And so it should be an exciting tournament this year. And I think we'll be watching and waiting and celebrating along as we move forward.
Yeah.
I do know that probably Purdue fans watching are not fans of ours because neither one of us have them in the Final Four.
Well, I have Gonzaga knocking them out in, I think, the third round, I believe.
If Purdue plays like they did in the Big Ten tournament, they've got a really good shot. They looked really good in the Big Ten tournament. Or does a Purdue team that kind of faded towards the end of the season show up? I guess you just never know.
Well, of course, you have the Jack Better aspect of it. Jack from Brownstown, he's been fun to watch, even for an IU fan watching Purdue this year. It's been fun to watch Jack develop over the course of the season, and he's really stepped in and made an impact on that team.
He sure has.
Well, I think just like as we watched everybody become an IU football fan towards the end, it didn't matter what team you were rooting for along the way. That's what happens with March Madness when all of a sudden you have a brand new Duke fan that you never had before because you picked them to win and they're your team. So, especially with the guy Jack playing too with Purdue.
Well, better stock up on the frozen pizzas. It's going to be a lot of games to watch here in the next few weeks.
It is.
Thursday and Friday is what makes America. A lot of people take off work Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, a lot of nachos. Oh, do we have your snacks planned? Now we can talk about something I know. Do you have your snacks planned? What's your go-to going to be? What are you going to munch on this weekend?
Oh, I'll tell you, it'll be a lot of pizza and, like say, nachos and chips and maybe a few wings along the way.
All right, Jay, you got any certain favorites?
Whatever my wife makes me.
Okay, that's the perfect answer. All right, we'll be back right here on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask.
Hi, I'm Emery Jones, Career Education Coordinator at Prosser Career Education Center in New Albany. Are you ready to build your future? At Prosser, you'll explore 29 hands-on, high-wage programs, from aviation to culinary, welding to cybersecurity, all designed to launch real careers or college success. Prosser is located at 4202 Charlestown Road, New Albany, Indiana. Need help? Call our main office at 812-542-8508 or visit your school counselor today to learn more. Prosser, where your future begins.
And we're back on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask, and we are talking about a big 5K event coming up, and of course with Ison. And we're speaking with Marnie and Ronnie, right? Donnie. Yeah, I'm getting it right. Okay, all the names. So let's talk about a big event you have coming up, how people can get registered, why are we asking them to run, and all the fun things.
You can go online to register, indianatiming.com, or you can register paper application.
Okay, so now is this a race put on by Ison or sponsored by Ison? How does that work? Tell us when it is, where it is, and 5K, right?
Yep, it's Saturday, April 11th, and yes, it's put on by Ison.
Okay.
It'll be at our corporate headquarters.
And is it for a special cause or?
All the proceeds will go to animal shelter.
The Jackson County Humane Society.
Yeah, Jackson County Humane Society.
Okay. So we're running with 2 legs for 4 legs, essentially. Yes. I love it. Okay. So they can get registered. Is there a fee to register, or is this a free event?
There's a fee. So it's $25 if you register in advance.
Yeah.
It's $30 day of.
Okay. And again, all the proceeds are going to help the Humane Society, right? That'll be fun. Okay. Have you run in the race before?
No. I'm going to be volunteering, though.
Okay, yeah, lots of ways to volunteer. I don't usually run unless someone's chasing me, that type of thing. But okay, so now this is just one of the many events that ISON has throughout the year. You guys do a lot of things with your employees and for the community, right?
Yes.
Okay, if someone wanted to get connected with some of those, or especially this 5K, how can they do that?
They can just reach out to me. My name is Marnie Dirks, and my email is m-dirks@isunusa.com.
Okay, super easy to get to. So let's talk about ISON in a second. It's everybody always talks about what a great place at work it is. It is a huge employer in Southern Indiana. So, do you have positions that you have available, or positions if someone was interested in making a career switch or looking at options for themselves? What would be maybe some areas to look at?
So we have openings in engineering, maintenance. We're always looking for skilled trade members like tool and die maintenance or electrical and mechanical maintenance.
Okay.
Those types of positions.
Yeah, so those are usually something open at some point. Okay. So if someone's interested in applying for that, they just get with somebody specific, or?
So they can go to www.isunusa.com, and then we have a careers page there.
Makes it all simple.
Yep.
All right. So again, this big 5K event happening April 11th,
Yes.
right? Okay. And what time does that event start?
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. And how many people have you had this before? Is this the first one?
We have. We haven't had it. We didn't have one last year. I think we had one the previous year. So,
Okay. So how many people are you expecting? Do you have any idea?
couple hundred would be great.
Yeah.
So
Okay. All right. Fantastic. They can still get signed up, and you can, of course, obviously sign up the day of. So,
Yes.
and you don't have to run it, right? You can walk it.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. It's a 5K run walk, right?
Yes.
Okay. Fantastic. That takes the pressure off.
Yeah.
So run a little bit, walk a little bit. It's all fine. So it'll be good. All right. It's not like my 25-minute mile. So no, they'll do so much better. You want to get home that day after 5 of them. So, all right. We'll be back right here on Southern Indiana Now. It's going to be a great event with ISON, one of Southern Indiana's premier employers, and you can check them out online at isunusa.com. You can find out more about the event or get registered today, or you can obviously register the day of. All the proceeds are benefiting furry friends through the animal shelter. So we'll be back right here on Southern Indiana Now. I'm Kelly Trask.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Southern Indiana Now. Check us out each week as we explore Southern Indiana and all the great things about living, working, and playing here. We hope you enjoyed this episode, brought to you by Prosser Career Education Center. Check them out. They're a great place to learn, a great place to grow. Prosser Career Education Center. And check us out wherever you get a podcast, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever. We're there. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.